There's something deeply misunderstood about women in relationships, something that most men don't dare to explore, and most women don't want to admit. Beneath the comforting blanket of modern romance, behind the Instagram smiles, date nights, and sweet nothings, there lies a realm that psychology often sugarcoats, but Schopenhauer dared to unravel. Schopenhauer believed that women are not governed by the same ideals as men when it comes to love. For men, love can often be romanticized, intellectualized, turned into art and philosophy. But for women, love is biological, instinctive, a calculated survival mechanism cloaked in affection. It's not about love as we imagine it in poetry. It's about selection, power, control. A woman's psychology in a relationship is built not around the man, but around herself. And this isn't a flaw, it's nature. She seeks stability, not adventure. She wants security, not sacrifice. Even when she says she wants danger, the subconscious always pulls her back to the man who can protect, provide, and prevail. Schopenhauer said that the love women offer is conditional, not unconditional. And if you're honest with yourself, you'll realize how painfully true that is. A man loves the woman. A woman loves the way a man makes her feel. That's not the same thing. Watch closely. In the beginning, she's gentle, affectionate, almost intoxicating. She studies you. She observes how much you're willing to give. But the moment she realizes she has you, the balance shifts. You're no longer the prize, she is. The more emotionally available you become, the less she values you. Because in her mind, anything too easy to get must not be worth having. It's a paradox. She wants a man who desires her deeply, but not a man who needs her desperately. Psychologically, the female mind has evolved to test. Constantly. She tests your confidence, your boundaries, your ability to say no. Because these are signals of strength. Not because she wants to destroy you, but because deep within her subconscious, she needs to know, can this man protect me? Can he lead? Will he bend to my will? Or will he hold his ground? This is not manipulation. It's survival. It's evolution in disguise. Most men confuse these tests with drama, but drama is just the surface. Beneath it lies a woman's primal fear of vulnerability. If she can't respect you, she can't trust you. And if she can't trust you, she'll never surrender emotionally. She may stay physically, but mentally, emotionally, she's already gone. Schopenhauer wrote that women are short-sighted when it comes to love, not because they lack depth, but because they are biologically wired to focus on the now, on the practical, on the useful. A man may chase beauty, a soul connection, something transcendent. A woman, on the other hand, instinctively seeks reliability, the ability to provide, to protect, to dominate the chaos of life. That's why so many men fall apart in long-term relationships, because they enter with a dream and leave with a lesson. And here's the harshest truth. A woman can fall out of love with a man who gives her everything, because everything isn't what she wants. She wants to feel something, and when she stops feeling it, she begins to detach, not all at once, slowly, silently, emotionally. And most men never see it coming. She doesn't wake up one day and decide she's done. It happens gradually, with each ignored boundary, with every weak apology, with every time you say yes when you should have said no. You teach her how to stop respecting you. And when that respect dies, so does the attraction. Men tend to confuse love with loyalty, but a woman's loyalty is based on her perception of your strength. And when that perception breaks, her loyalty begins to rot. Not because she's evil, but because her biology screams at her. This man can no longer protect me. And protection isn't always about money or muscle. Sometimes it's about emotional firmness, psychological spine. In relationships, women seek dominance, but not the kind you think. Not tyranny, not control. They seek emotional leadership, the man who knows who he is, the man who doesn't apologize for his standards, the man who can walk away if disrespected. That is the man she can trust. That is the man she stays loyal to, not out of fear, but out of reverence. Schopenhauer was brutally honest. He saw romance not as a divine bond, but as nature's trick to ensure reproduction. And in that framework, women are the gatekeepers of life. They choose who gets to pass on their genes, who gets remembered, who gets erased. And here's the catch. Women often don't know why they choose what they choose, because most of their psychological mechanisms operate beneath the surface, underneath the logic, under the reason. It's instinct wrapped in emotion. Emotion dressed up as love. That's why she says she doesn't know why she fell out of love. That's why she says, "You're a good man, but I'm just not feeling it anymore." That's why she can cry at your heartbreak and still walk away. Because nature doesn't care about your feelings. It cares about survival. Modern society doesn't teach men this. It teaches them to be nice, to give more, to always listen, always agree, always support. And those things have value, but not when they replace masculinity. Not when they come from fear instead of strength. When a woman sees a man who lives for her validation, she loses interest, because he has no center of gravity. He orbits around her, and that makes her feel unsafe. She might not say it, she might even exploit it. But deep down, she knows. This man cannot lead. And yet, if you assert yourself too strongly, if you become emotionally unavailable, she calls you cold, distant, unloving. That's the paradox. That's the emotional maze. And unless a man learns to navigate it, he will always be lost in it. What Schopenhauer understood, and what most modern psychologists avoid, is that relationships are not fairy tales. They're battlegrounds of biology, of power, of survival strategies passed down through centuries. You may think you're dating in 2025, but your brain is still wired like it's 500 BC, and so is hers. A woman's greatest fear in a relationship is being with a weak man who cannot protect her. A man's greatest fear is being used and discarded once he no longer serves a purpose. Both fears are valid. Both are primal. But only one side is encouraged to express them. Men are told to be emotionally open, vulnerable. But when they do, they're judged, resented, sometimes even abandoned. Because what a woman says she wants and what she actually responds to are rarely the same. She wants emotional intimacy, but only with a man strong enough to handle her darkness. She wants connection, but only with a man who doesn't lose himself trying to keep it. And this is where most relationships fail. Not because love dies, but because one person gives too much and the other loses respect. Attraction fades. Sex becomes routine. Conversations dry up. But the thing that kills a relationship isn't boredom. It's the silent shift in power. The moment she realizes you're no longer the man she fell for. Not because you changed, but because you stopped leading. Schopenhauer didn't hate women. He just didn't romanticize them. He saw their psychology as nature intended. Functional, strategic, powerful. And for men to survive in modern relationships, they must understand this psychology, not with resentment, but with awareness. Stop chasing love. Start commanding respect. Because in the end, that's what she really wants. Not flowers, not poems, not promises. She wants to feel that you are unshaken, that your world doesn't revolve around her, that your strength is internal, not dependent on her moods. Only then can she relax. Only then can she open up. Only then can the relationship evolve beyond the biological trap it started in. Love is not blind. It just refuses to look at the truth until it's too late. And the truth is this: you are either the man she can follow or the man she eventually leaves. Choose wisely.